Hi guys, welcome to the video. Have you felt like you having a hard time to communicate what you are thinking to others or to get agreements with the people in your house, people in your organization, etc.? Then I'm going to share with you 10 tips that will improve your communication drastically in the next 10 minutes. So my name is Bonnie Thomas, and I'm one of those guys who ask and pray to get Vakk Siddhi. And recently, I've been learning how to do Hanuman Chalisa. And I came across this old video of Guru Pashupathi, which is actually a master class in communication. I will link that in the description. You guys can go and check out the video. So I've seen that video before and I didn't get the insights I get today. So I believe that I get so much more deep insights now because of the grace of Hanuman. I would like to share those with you. I have to warn you that this is going to totally change the way you communicate. So stay tuned until the last part. So first of all, what is communication? Communication is impart of information through different medium. One of the very important things you have to keep in mind, you are always communicating through facial expressions, body language, moods, tone of your voice, etc. Be aware of what are you communicating, because if you're not aware, then you are still communicating something but not what you want to communicate. So communication to a person that you meet in your life starts with this first type of communication always, which is initiate and accept. In order for this to work, you must have a mutually beneficial offer. You should have something to offer with that person. If I see a celebrity or someone else and I give a compliment, right? That might work. They might get suspicious. Now, tip number one, context is more important than the content of your communication. If your context is right, your communication will get better. So what is supposed to be your context? Before you get into the message that you want to tell somebody, set the context correctly by explaining what is the mutual benefit. This is the context. So context equals the benefit that you're offering, and it has to be something that is mutually beneficial. Let's say you have initiated and then the other person said, okay, this sounds like a good offer, then you can go. So most of our relationships in our lives are of this type. What if you already have this type of relationship? Then we can go to the second phase of the relationship, which is enhance an already established relationship. This is by increasing benefits and making the frame more clear. By frame, it means that make it clear that what are we going to do together. Then you are going to listen to the feedback. Your goal is to get consent if the frame that you set is agreeable to the other person, and see what his feedback is. Make sure that you are always observing to see that if what you said triggered the other person. Okay, the triggers could be maybe something that you said, or maybe it could be their own trigger. Okay, this is important because if you are not sensitive to this, it's possible that you cannot get the consent that you want. So one of the things Guruji teaches about getting consent, agreements, right? That's one of the ways to bring Ram Raja. Ram Raja is a country where everyone is living in agreement with each other. So if you're not sensitive enough to see what the reactions, the feedback another person, then you will not get the goal of communication, which is to get consent and cooperation. Now, what to do if somebody is triggered? We will get to that at the later part, so keep watching. Now, the third phase is, when do you step down a relationship? Step down means diminish. When do you diminish a relationship? When some frame that you have set before, you feel like it's not working. Or you can diminish a relationship when the benefit that you mutually agreed upon is not there anymore. And maybe if that relationship was only about that one benefit, then you can diminish the relationship. So one thing to keep in mind always is that everyone has the right to change their mind. And nobody can do everything perfectly 100%. So if somebody decided to change their mind, that is not cheating. That's not breach of trust. Some people, when the one person would change their mind about the relationship, they would shout that it's breach of trust. It's cheating if it was not informed. So when this happens, that there is a change of mind, or the frame that was set is not working, then how do you diminish a relationship? You will set the context and explain in a way the other person can understand that how this is affecting you, how this is draining, or how this is not beneficial. Then you have to bring to the table the vulnerabilities of both persons. Keep in mind that when you have a talk like this, your goal is never to have a moral high ground on the other person. This is very important. So we will discuss this more later. So once you establish this with the other person and he understands, then you can be in good terms with that person and not take it up to the next level, right? You can be in good terms with the other person, but you need to communicate your vulnerabilities. Vulnerabilities means, why is this not working out? Okay, why is this not mutually beneficial, right? It has to be beneficial for both persons. Light is getting dark. It's already sunset, so we'll continue